This is the very first 2026 Corvette ZR1 in the United Kingdom. It's quite possibly the first one in Europe. I'm Luke from Clive Sutton, and we're going to give you an exclusive first look at America's most powerful production car. Why this car matters. Firstly, this isn't produced for Europe. To date, there's only 3 examples coming into the UK, 2 of which are sold, including this one, but we have 1 that is available. So it's going to be super, super exclusive. Now, for Corvette, the word ZR1 is essentially the top of the line Corvette. It represents the pinnacle of performance that Corvette can produce. This tradition started in 1970 on the C3 and progressed in 1990 to the C4 ZR1. In 2005, they launched the C6 ZR1, and finally in 2019 was the C7 ZR1, which is the 5th version, which is on the C8, which is the vehicle that I'm currently sitting in. In 2025, only 180 ZR1s left the production line. That's only 0.7% of the total Corvette production. It is hands down the rarest generation of ZR1 in Corvette's history. Exterior-wise, we've got a super, super aggressive front end. Now, on the UK Corvettes, the front bumper is a front. You get extra storage. Now, to get the additional downforce needed, we've got extra airflow vents, where we've got radiators, all to handle the ridiculous power that this car has. We also have an extended front valance. This again, fully carbon fiber to aid for extra downforce. Okay, now along the side, we've got an incredible tyre and brake combination. We've got the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, along with the carbon ceramic brakes. Exactly the combination needed so that you get the downforce, control, stability for the power. As you come along the side, decked in carbon fiber everywhere you can see. We've got a huge carbon fiber side valance, carbon fiber surroundings on the air intake. Again, this is all for downforce and all for engine cooling. We can't start looking at the rest of the car without talking about the engine. This is a 5.5 litre flat plane crank V8, 1064 brake horsepower. That is more horsepower than a Bugatti Veyron, which is 4-wheel drive, and this is rear-wheel drive only. Performance figures are ludicrous. 0 to 60, 2.3 seconds. 0 to 100, 4.5 seconds. It's got a top speed of 233 miles per hour. Now, what drives this is it's the first Corvette ever to have a pair of turbos. And these just aren't any turbos. These are the biggest turbos ever fitted to a production car. They rotate at 137,000 RPM. That is the speed of Mach 1, meaning they rotate faster than the speed of sound. It's absolutely bonkers. Now, the car has beaten every track record it has set its sights on. 5 very famous tracks in the US. The first was Watkins Glen, Road America, Road Atlanta, and then the Grand Course at the Virginia International Raceway. Most famously, recently, it took on the Nürburgring. It got an under 7-minute time. It is the quickest American-made production vehicle, hands down. It has the crown. Now, this is the convertible option. It's got the carbon fiber roof upgrade, along with a dual red vinyl stripe going all the way down. Now, you can order these in a coupe, but to get the roof off, you have to manually release it from inside, and you have to then store the roof in the boot yourself. Now, in true ZR1 fashion, this is the iconic quad 4-tip exhaust coming out the rear. Super aggressive stance to the car. Now, a very well-known option for these was the carbon fiber track pack, which has this huge rear wing on the back. Now, this was under dealer constraint by Corvette, so almost all the early cars came without them. We will be installing one ourselves in the next couple of weeks to this specific car. Okay, so we're just going to do a walk around of the interior. Now, with the 2026 ZR1, there are 3 interior trim options. So you've got the 1LZ, the 2LZ, and the 3LZ. Now, these stagger up in the amount of trimming and the amount of features that the interior has. 95% of the orders are for the 3LZ, which is exactly what this car has, which essentially has everything covered in leather, all of the uppers in a suede microfiber. I mean, carbon fiber everywhere. We've got carbon fiber in the doors, on the dash, steering wheel, even in the seats behind me. It's literally got carbon absolutely everywhere. Now, features-wise, the 3LZ gives you some additional options like heated and cooling seats. We've got the upgraded Bose surround system, so it's pretty much a must when speccing the car. Now, what's really nice, the C8 in its first iteration had one dashboard in front of me, one screen, and it had what's called the wall of buttons, which was a whole row of button controls here. And actually they've reconfigured the whole thing so that we've got normal, more conventional buttons. It's much more easier to navigate. With these three screens, I've got a touch screen here when I can adjust my head-up display. I can get some performance indicators. Obviously in front of me here, you've got an amazing display, which depending on which driving mode you're in, will also shift. Right now we're just in normal driving mode, but we've got modes for wet, we've got modes for snow, we've got sport modes. And you also have a button called Z, which is Z mode. Now this is a button that you can press and you can change whether you want the engine to be slightly more aggressive, whether you want the suspension to be a little tighter, whether you want the exhaust notes to be a bit louder. So really nice button just on the steering wheel that I can press there. That will give me the full customization for the setup that I want. Now, the market in the US for the 26 ZR1 is very, very complex. Now, originally there were an allocation of 300 per year, and out in the US there is a pricing structure called MSRP, which is the manufactured suggested retail price. Now, this creates a landscape where Corvette dealers all around the country can essentially charge what they want for the cars. And we've seen this not just for the ZR1, but for any of the popular US cars. You have to pay well over the odds unless you are a very lucky client who has been selected to buy one at list price. Generally speaking, depending on the options of the cars, we are seeing premiums start from $85,000 over the sticker price, upwards to nearly $200,000 over the sticker price if the car has the carbon fiber track pack wing and the carbon fiber rear wheels. These were two options that were on manufactured dealer constraint, and very, very few cars are coming that are delivered with both. Now, aside from the US premiums, here in the UK, we have a wonderful thing called VAT, and we have a lovely thing called import duty. So once you then add the UK import charges, all of the shipping, all of the logistics, all of the costs that we have to go through with the DVLA to get the cars registered on UK plates, these cars end up landing in the UK at between £370,000 and a fully loaded car up to £450,000. And this can go higher depending on the exterior colour and how exclusive it is. Now, driving feel. This thing is just a machine. So, it's got the 8-speed dual clutch transmission. Now, it feels a little similar to what Porsche have done with the PDK. Now, in my normal driving modes, I have to be super, super tuned in to even notice a gear change. Like right now, we've just dropped a gear. Not really a vibration through the car, and the transmission is so smooth, and the shifts are so great, it's unbelievable. This car is a delivery miles car. It hasn't been bedded properly. Corvette are quite specific that you need 500 miles to properly run this engine in. But when run in, this will rev to 8,100 RPMs. And what's incredible is they save the last 100 revs for when you're in 8th gear only. So you only get the full unlock when you are absolutely sending it. Now, considering we're rear-wheel drive only, this thing is really quite planted. Brakes to match. Oh, jeez. Pickup is just unbelievable. Okay, now just running through the configurator, you can see the first real option you have is whether you go coupe or convertible. Once you've chosen this, you can then choose your trim level, so whether that's a 1LZ, 2LZ or 3LZ. As I said, 95% of the orders have been for the 3LZ. You've then got an amazing array of colours. Now, we've seen a real rise in what we call the cartoon colour, so the very bright colour really suits the car very, very well. Obviously have a choice of an array of different alloy choices. Now, the main one and the main big option, if you can get it and it's not on dealer constraint, is the carbon fibre wheels. They do run the risk of being unrefurbishable, so if damaged, there is no repair, they simply need replacing, and they come at a massive, massive price tag. And then of course you can also choose your caliper choices and your wheel lock choices, along with different stripes and graphics that many orders seem to be having. Now, the interior is really about, once you choose the 3LZ, it's mainly about the colors. Everything is pretty much included. So you've obviously got the different trim options. You can choose between the competition bucket seats. You can also add the carbon fiber suede steering wheel, and then obviously choose your seatbelt color. And when it comes to options, so the main option really is the ZR1 carbon fiber aero pack. Like I mentioned, this has been on and off of dealer constraint, so very rare if you're able to get it. You've got the track performance package, which gives you the upgraded suspension with the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2Rs. And then you've got an array of accessory choices. Generally speaking, to get a customizable build slot is near impossible. We were very lucky to get our hands on two. It's very much a case now of being able to take what is available. There are so few cars available on the ground. The choice really isn't there anymore. So if you've got any interest in exploring the ZR1 further, give us a call on the office. We'd be delighted to speak with you. If there are also any other specialist vehicles that you've been considering, give us a call. We'd be very happy to explore importing one for you. Many thanks.